If you've ever started a goal with full commitment and somehow ended up restarting it 3 months later, my friend, this video is for you. Maybe it was the gym. Maybe it was a business. Maybe it was you wanted to start waking up early. Maybe you wanted to fix your marriage. You started strong, you had momentum, and then suddenly something slowly drifted. Motivation faded. Pressure, it increased. Life just got heavier. And suddenly, you were restarting all over again. Most driven men believe this means one thing. They believe they lack discipline. But after working with hundreds of driven men, entrepreneurs, leaders, husbands, fathers, I can tell you something very clearly. None of them lack discipline. The real problem is something that most people don't talk about. Instability under pressure. And today I'm going to show you a pattern that causes many driven men to restart their goals over and over again. And I call this pattern the restart cycle. Most driven men follow the same exact pattern. And it usually begins with excitement, a new idea, a new commitment, a new version of ourselves. You feel focused. You feel determined. You feel clear. And for the first few weeks, everything is going perfectly. You wake up early. You hit the gym. You eat clean. You build your business. You really feel like that version of yourself you always wanted to become. But then pressure slowly rises. Work stress, family responsibilities, unexpected problems, mental fatigue, sleep disruption. And this is where most men begin to notice something strange. That system that works 2 weeks ago suddenly feels hard to maintain. The same discipline feels heavier. The same habits suddenly require more effort. And eventually, drift begins. Workouts get skipped. Not that way. Morning routines, they shorten. Focus, it drops. Self-talk begins to change. And eventually, you begin to believe something about yourself. You believe you failed. So, we restart. But the truth, my friend, is far more interesting. You didn't fail. Your system, it collapsed under pressure. Most self-improvement tells you to do the same thing. Just be more disciplined. Wake up earlier. Push harder. Stay consistent. But discipline only works in environments where your nervous system is stable. Pressure changes everything. And when pressure rises, your brain interprets that effort very differently. Fatigue increases, emotions increase, and then your nervous system begins looking for relief. This is why so many men push hard for 2 to 3 weeks and then collapse. It's not because they lack discipline. It's because they lacked regulation. And regulation is the first part of the stability under pressure. The stability under pressure framework has 3 sides. Stability foundation, which is regulation of emotion and identity. Then you have under pressure awareness, which is collaboration of ambition versus capacity. And then you have your pressure capacity, which is your energy, your mental load, and your recovery. Most men try to build discipline without installing these foundations. The stability foundation means your nervous system can return to calm quickly. But what if that was missing? Now, under pressure, awareness means your expectations match your current life pressure. And what if that was missing? Now, pressure capacity means you have enough emotional and physical energy to sustain the effort. Well, what if that was missing? When these 3 things are missing, discipline collapses. Driven men, we all have ambition. But ambition creates pressure, more responsibility, more expectations, more internal standards. The problem is ambition often grows faster than stability, which creates a gap. And the gap, that produces the restart cycle. You start strong, right? You're excited. You have a lot of effort. But then pressure increases. your emotional instability rises, which makes your discipline weaken. And then your system just collapses. And then finally, you restart. The solution, my friend, is not pushing harder. The solution is installing stability. If you want to stop restarting your goals, you need a different approach. Step 1, regulate first. Before you push harder, stabilize your nervous system. Better sleep, better breathing, better emotional regulation. Step 2 is to collaborate your expectations. Stop designing goals that require heroic motivation every single day. Build goals that survive those bad days. And then expand your capacity. Build slowly. Increase pressure gradually. Grow stability first. Then grow ambition. This is how consistency becomes stable. Driven men, we don't lack discipline. We lack stability under pressure. And once you install stability, something interesting happens. You stop restarting. Consistency becomes normal. Pressure, it becomes manageable. And the version of yourself that you keep trying to become finally starts to stick. Now, if this pattern seems familiar to you, I created a program specifically for this problem, and I called it End the Restart Cycle. Inside the program, I walk you through step by step how to identify instability triggers and install a system that holds under pressure. And you can check out that link below in the description. And again, if you found this helpful, subscribe to the channel. Each week, we break down the systems driven men need to build stability under pressure.